I'm going to tell you why this C5 is the best analog car for the money. Just my opinion. Others may not agree. And why it's such a great car. There's many reasons why. Number one would be the price. Okay, you can find this car for about $10,000 to $15,000 on the beat up side. When I mean beat up, I mean like, accident history. The bumpers are all not lined up right. You got gaps everywhere. You buy them rough for a cheaper price, but it's still a good deal. You can find them on the really mint clean side with low miles for like 20 to 25,000. If you're lucky, but they're getting hard to find. Just original. You can't really find them anymore original. So this is why I wanted to talk about this car and just how amazing it is for the price. You can't beat it because it's a driver's car. And what I mean by that, I mean it's a driver's car. It's the best analog car that you can get for the money. RX-7s, forget about it. Toyota Supras, the MK4s, even the MK3s are even out of range right now. But the C5, you can still get a really good price on them, And this car, it does have a few electronics. It does have some quirky plastics from the 90s. It's got the Chevy Blazer radio in it, all the components that you'd find in a Chevy Cavalier or an old Chevy Blazer. But that would be just the climate control and the radio. Other than that, everything is unique to this car. And it's very lightweight. This car is lighter than a normal C5, I would say, because it does not have most options that other C5s have. Not much lighter, but a little bit lighter. So this car has no fog lights. It does not have no fog lights. It does not have heads-up display. There is no body antenna on the body. It's just not there. As you can see, there's no antenna on the body. It's actually on the glass. The antenna is built in up here on the glass. This car does not have any fog lights, like I said. So it's a real base model car, which is what I wanted. But it was almost impossible to find because every Corvette had fog lights. Every Corvette had the heads-up display. This car does not have heads-up display. There's absolutely no heads-up display on here to find, for me at least. Absolutely no wear on the seats. Only has about 40,000 miles on it, but it's just a beautiful car. And I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think that this is the best analog car that you can get for the price nowadays. So yeah, really cool dashboard, classic design. Pull the key out so you don't get all that dinging. But just a quick, glance through on this car. It's definitely a comfortable car. I mean, I would say it's pretty comfortable. Everything's at your reach. The transmission, it's a little notchy. I think with this car is the transmission's notchy. Like it doesn't shift super smooth, but it does. But it's just very raw. And I like that though. A lot of people don't like it. But you can always upgrade the shifter here. I mean, you could upgrade it to make it, not a short throw, but a short throw. Not as in being down more, but short as in like to the next gear. First to second would only be that short versus from here to here. So the distance would be shorter. That's what I mean by short throw. Short throw, not short shifter. You have not much going on here. You have a small center console here. And that has the the gas door button right there on that side. So then you have the competitive driving mode, the different modes that it goes into. But let's take a look under the hood. All right, so we popped the hood here. We'll take a look at the legendary LS1. Ah, there it is, the beautiful LS1 motor. The engine that never gets old. Very well balanced motor. It's all aluminum, 5.7. In all of its glory. Everybody does an LS swap nowadays. The engine, it's just basically, it doesn't take much money to go fast. With this car, the Corvette, you can't go wrong. It has the LS1 already in it. It's just a good car. It's easy to make power. It doesn't cost much money. You can get over 1,000 horsepower easily out of this motor. My friend has a Z28 or a Camaro SS, 2002, I believe. Turbo set up on it, pushing well over 800 horsepower or 700 horsepower, something crazy. But anyway, this is all I need. I don't need anything more powerful than a stock, LS motor here. This car has 355 horsepower out the factory, 2001. It's the revised motor from the previous years. It had like 345, and this one has like a little bit more power. But anyway, I don't need anything crazy, and this car would get me in trouble just the way it is, with a little over 350 horsepower, and that's all I need. But anyway, you can have lots of fun with this car. Upgrades, the availability for parts, or everything's there, guys. That's what I can't stress about enough about this car. I mean, you just have to, you have to love this car, man. It's just an American muscle V8, and it's just a great engine. Like I said, man, all the upgrades. I mean, the sky's the limit. You can do anything to an LS motor. The parts are available. Cams, headers, intake manifolds. I mean, it's just gobs of, of accessories for this car. I mean, the availability, the affordability. I was looking at some German cars. I had so many BMWs. I had E30s, E36 M3s, E46 M3s. I had so many cars. Mercedes-Benz. I had old AMGs. I had like so many old cool German cars. But I mean, they were a pain in the butt to work on sometimes, and the reliability just. I'm older now, and I'm in my early 40s, and I don't want to be messing around with the old German cars right now, and the prices are just ridiculous. I remember when I was able to buy an E30 for like $1,500, $1,000, like dirt cheap. Now they don't even run, and they want like over $6,000, and they're all rust buckets. So, like I said, man, if you guys want a driver's car, go with the C5 Corvette. I can't stress it enough. It's a great car. The parts and availability, I mean, everyone, I'm sure you guys heard it a million times. This is a pointless video, but, I just wanted to share this with you guys and let you know that this car is absolutely amazing for the price. It's a C5. It's a major breakthrough from the C4. I think this car is a big deal in its history. And that's another thing. I think this car is just looked over, because this car made way for the new Corvettes. I mean, this car was a huge deal. If you really think about it, go back history books, folks, because this was a big deal. C5 was a big come up, from the C4. I mean, the C4 was old technology. I mean, this car is, it's just amazing. The transmission's mounted in the back. Your transmission's back here. You have aluminum, you have a tunnel, you have the aluminum, a lot of aluminum structures on this car. I mean, the car is all fiberglass. Of course, all Corvettes are fiberglass, but I'm just saying this car was a very well balanced car. The transmission's in the back. The engine's got low center of gravity. It's just a very light engine. I mean, this car is just about 2,900 pounds. This is the base model car. So this car isn't really that heavy if you really think about it. Of course, you can do weight reduction also, but just for the price and the affordability, you're getting a lot of car here, and I can't stress that enough. So I would highly recommend getting a C5 while you still can. because there's plenty of them out there, but I just feel like everyone's spray painted. The kids got to them and they lower them, they drop them, and I like my stuff clean and stock like this. I know a lot of people out there, oh, I don't want mine stock, but you know what? I like my stock Corvette, and I get a lot of people give me thumbs up on this because a lot of people go crazy on me. I guess a lot of purists go crazy on me because they go, wow, man, you got a Corvette that's bone stock. It's so clean. You know, you don't see these anymore. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. The only thing I have to do is it oxidized the clear a little bit. I mean, the clear is in good shape. It's still shiny, but it's just oxidized a little bit. So it needs a cut because there's a slight difference in white here. If you look closely, sometimes you can't see it, sometimes you can, but definitely needs a cut and wax. But the car is just impeccable, super clean all the way around. Only flaws are on the roof, and I was going to either paint this or just replace it. It started to graze a little bit on the roof, but this is why you should buy a C5 Corvette. This is what I'm telling you guys. This is why you should buy one, because it's a lot of car for the money, and it's just a legendary look. It just looks amazing. You know, you just don't see these like this anymore. They don't make them like this anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah, they just don't make these like they used to. And no curb rash on the wheels. Everything's clean. But I had to share this with you guys, and hope this helps you guys out to buy one, because don't be afraid to buy one, because they're easy to work on. It's an American V8. There's not much going on here. The parts availability, it's great. You know, you're not buying a Porsche 911 Carrera or 996 old school car where, you know, costs like $1,500 for an engine harness or something. You know, you're buying an American muscle car here, and it always keeps a smile on your face. So can't go wrong. The C5 Corvette is just a legendary piece of history, man. It's a big deal, and a lot of people overlook this car. They don't realize that this car was being engineered like literally in the early 90s before they even came out with it. It was a huge breakthrough in the American muscle car, like the muscle car section. But anyway, enough yip yapping. Another pointless video here. Just want to show you, I mean, the roof lines. I mean, look at the curves. I mean, the body. It's just really nice. I mean, can't stress this enough for you guys to go out and try to look for one, because if you guys want something nice, go with a C5 Corvette. I always loved this body style. I always wanted one when I was a kid also. I'm sure many of you out there dreamed of having these ones when you were younger, and they were kind of out of reach, you know, when you're young. I was in my teens back in the 90s, so just started driving in 1996 or 97. Just can't stress it enough, man. Go out and get yourself a C5 Corvette. The parts availability, you know, the affordability, everything's there, and the parts are just endless. Can't stress that enough. From big brake kits to exhaust to catback systems, and everything's there. Has the really nice dual tips on there, the legendary look of the Corvette. But the body's just really sleek. It's a really sleek body. Looks really good. Picked this up. I got a really good deal on this car. Pretty decent deal. Bought it from some old grumpy guy, and talked him down. I think I kind of stole it from him in a way. I'll be back soon, maybe with another video. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Be safe.